Hey guys, in this video, I want to recursively write the Fibonacci sequence. So let's go ahead and get started. If you guys don't know what the Fibonacci sequence is, I will describe it here. But first, let's go ahead and write a description for the program. So this program recursively finds and prints the Fibonacci numbers. Okay, by Randerson, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Now, the Fibonacci sequence, I'm going to write it here, is 0, 1. That's where it starts off at. And then all the other numbers that it's going to have come from these two numbers here. So the next number is 0 plus 1 because we have our 0 here and we have our 1 here. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So our next number will be 1 plus 1, which is 2. And then our next number is 1 plus 2, which is 3. And then we get 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. And this is an infinite series, so it never ends. So 3 plus 5 gives me 8. 5 plus 8 gives me 13. And 8 plus 13 gives me 21. And I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to put dots here to show that it just goes out to infinity. It never really stops. So I want to create a program where I input some value. Let's say I say n equals 3, and then what I want to do is I want to print out the Fibonacci sequence up to index 3. So starting from index 0, which would be 0, and then we have index 1, which would be 1, index 2 would be 1, and index 3 would be 2. So if I put in something like n equals 3, I want it to print out 0, 1, 1, and then 2. And if I put something like n equals 5, then I want to print out 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will print out uh, the fifth index. I'm sorry, the sixth number, but yes, the fifth index. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So first I'm going to include my library. I'm going to include stdio.h, and I'm going to create my main function, put void there, return a integer value. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Fibonacci function. I'm going to call it fib, so it needs to be an int because I'm going to return the Fibonacci sequence itself, which are numbers or integers, and it's going to take in that n value, which will tell us where to basically go, how far to go up the Fibonacci sequence so that we don't have some type of infinite loop. Now I've defined it here, so now I need to go ahead and write basically the meat and bones of the function. So the Fibonacci sequence has two base cases. It's 0 and 1. So if our n value is equal to 0, then we want to return 0, because at index 0 we have the value 0. And if our n value equals 1, then we want to return 1. And the reason for that is because at index 1 we have the value 1. Okay, and now here is our recursive case. So those are our two base cases. So our recursive case is we want to return fib of n fib of n minus 1. So we're going to do fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. So if we wanted our n value to equal 2, we would say fib of 2, and then to come in here it says n equal to 2. It's 2 equal to 0 because our n is our number 2. Of course it's not, so we don't return anything. Then they'll come here and ask, is n equal to 1? Again, our n value is 2, so no, it's not. So then it's going to go to this return statement here, and it's going to put in n here for our function. So it gives us fib of 2 minus 1, which is fib of 1, plus fib of 2 minus 2, which is 0, so it gives us fib of 0. And then of course fib of 1 returns 1, and then fib of 0 will return 0. So it will give us 1 plus 0, which is 1, which is the exact value that we expected at index 2, or position, or the number 3, position 3. So that's all well and good, but what we want to do is we want to print out all of those values as well. So we want to kind of put this in a for loop. So let's see, I'm going to create a index value called I. We're going to create our integer value n, and we're going to create a loop to print out all of these numbers up to that index. Okay, so we have our Fibonacci function recursively giving us the number at a specific index, and we want to print out each one of those numbers. So let's see, for I equals 0, I is going to be less than our value n. I is going to increment by 1 each turn, and let's see, I think it should be less than or equal to, but we'll see. I'll double check that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to printf %d space, and we're going to print fib of I, and then maybe printf a new line, maybe 2 of them. So print 2 new lines. So let's see, now we need our value n to equal something. So let's set our value n equal to 3, like we have there, and let's see if we get some results here. I'm going to save this as a .c file, and I'm going to call it fib. Oh wow, it actually ran without any mistakes. So when n equals 3, we get 0, 1, 1, 2 like we expected. Let's try n equals 5. And so n equals 5 gives us 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, just like we expected. So that's exactly what we wanted. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave likes, please subscribe, please become a supporter on Patreon. Leave comments as well. Any questions that you have, I try my best to answer them. And I'm going to put the code below in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.